Welcome back. We're going to continue with Sunless Sea. Last time we did more exploring. We didn't really find anything of major note. Well, I guess we did find the canals, which is a connection to the outside world. We found out we could leave it, which is interesting. But we didn't. But we didn't have enough fuel to do that, and we probably aren't going to do that anytime soon because I don't know what that actually entitles. We do need to buy a bunch of supplies. Well, supplies and fuel. Because we were running very low. We also need to repair a ship. We'll do that now, actually. London. Dry dock. Completely repair. Perfect. And then we need to buy supplies. Yeah, that should be fine. 16 and 17. We'll buy more fuel. Yeah, we'll do that. So that if need be, we can still grab stuff. Then we're going to take off. We need to do... I think we're going to do Hunter's Keep to there, to Abbey, then Shepherd's to complete this area. And then we'll do a upwards approach, and then pick up fuel on the way back. Because we need to find, I forget the place is called. Polytherum, which is in the Voice of Sea, a Sea of Voices, which I don't know where it is. So we're gonna have to do that. So yeah, we'll do Hunter's Keep and then right. Because I do want to see if Hunter's Keep changes at all. Also, we don't need our lantern on. We did get a gunner, so we can... What do they increase? Iron. Okay. To invite them to dine with us. I've had enough to eat, thank you. I don't eat much, but I'd like to demonstrate some ideas I've had. Can you meet me on the after deck at 8 bells? So that requires torpedoes and supplies. A lot of supplies. And fuel. Oh, okay. But maybe that upgrades something. Not sure. Also, what's the maximum haul? More than 100. Okay. There's Keep 11 North. An unexpected letter. Who sent it? What does it say? You. When I next return to London, I will bring an additional recruit. Your child. Choose this option if you're giving birth to a child. Your sweetheart. A surprise for you on your next return to London. I have taken in a fondling. Choose this option if you're unlikely to be in either a father or mother. Your sweetheart. Return to London as soon as you are, as you may. Your sweetheart says you are father. I don't think we've gotten a kid yet. We've barely known her. So we're gonna go with sweetheart. Oh, sorry, not sweetheart. We're gonna do with a fondling. I don't know what a fondling is. What are they thinking? Is this some scheme of theirs or honest affection? You have a child. Turn to London to look after them, and they may become a scorn, allowing you to take 2 legacies. Oh, I guess that's... so a fondling, I guess, is a... orphan, I assume. Which does seem weird for them to take now that I think about it, because we barely know each other. I'm out at sea a lot. Okay. Look in on the ruins. Has anything changed? No. Okay. We leave. We go west. I want to grab this block too. There's some rocks here. Do they count? Okay, cool. Then I want to go up. Wait, no. Do I want to go straight to Abbey Rock? Yeah, we can take that. We can discover. So, Abbey Rock, clean up this area, and then go up to Mount Palmerston. Grab a bunch of fuel, clean up this area, go back down. Probably Vanderbright, then down into Fallen London. Yep. Okay, that's the plan. Hopefully we don't find too many super large creatures or boats that do a lot of damage. What's our terror like? 10, not bad. We want to go a little north. Far off, very far off, someone screams. Now we have something awaiting us at port. That's what the bell means. I mentioned it in the first bit, but then I kind of forgot about it. But yeah, every time the bell tolls, that means we have something awaiting us at port, which just means plot progresses, kind of. We should start looking into getting a new ship, but we need money for that, so yeah, we're gonna wait. I would love to know, like, the best way to do fuel efficiency. Because that's kind of the most annoying bit. Supplies are fine. Where is the dock? Oh, it's on the top. Okay. What, 12 terror? Not bad. But we are running low on fuel. Well, we're not running low on fuel, but we are using a lot of fuel. Circle around and dock. So we can trade supplies, which isn't good. We can compile a port report. That's what we want to do. We can knock at the iron studded gates with news. Do that. We lost 2 terror. Good. We can watch the convent. Can we do this again? No. Okay. We can watch the convent. Dangerous training. That's all for now. Shop. Shipyards. Yep. That's all. We leave. Those are just actions we've done before. Let's crab. We will kill the crab. Actually, there's no real point to killing the crab. I guess it gives us hunger. Oh, we're fighting the crab. Damage. Might as well dissect it. It's not dead. You haul it aboard and not set to work with your knives and acid and flops unexpectedly into life. Sailors rush your aid with guns and boarding pikes. By the time they're finished, you're unharmed, but there's not much left of the beast. You tip it reluctantly into the Z. Pages 29 failed in the challenge. Try again. You may have better luck. Sad. Okay. Oh, hello. What are you? Station 3. Depart A. Okay. This is new. Also, I don't need to be in combat anymore. So this is here. So we could probably turn off our lamp. Something waits us at port. Perfect. So we can do a plot line here. Station 3. We may infer a Station 1 and a Station 2. We may conjecture a Station 4. Station 3. Machinery hums behind high steel walls. Up the hill, there are visible outlines of warehouses and a building with a spire. But the lamps are low where they burn at all. And your ship the only one in harbor. We can train your telescope on shore. Might be best to get a look from distance. This is the port report one. Well, we can do that. Church or something else? You stand on the high point of your ship and look to the shore. There is a steepled building on the horizon, but by far the largest thing in sight. No recognized marks on top of it, nor any other symbol you recognize. Oh, that's probably the Abbey. Yeah. We can try the gate. The only way past the walls is an unimposing but sturdy-looking gate of triple-barred silvery metal. A sign beside it reads deliveries. This as long as we don't have a smooth and copper long box. We can do that. No way in. The metal is steel hard and icy cold to the touch. Attempts with chisels and crowbars fail. Perhaps if you could bring the ship's gun to bear, but no. If you return with a certain delivery, the gates will open. You'll know if you find it. Okay. You need a long box to enter Station 3 and explore farther. Okay. Try the gate. Oh, I already did that. Search for signs of other visitors. Never hurts to know what you're up against. This is 72% chance. We can do that. Abandoned log. A few pages torn from a logbook record a long passage of doggerel that makes no sense at all. Doggerel? The verses go on and about purple fires and upside down houses. A fistful of roses, the color of burgundy, and dolls with buttons for teeth. The pages end just as they are reaching the nonsense refrain. You succeed in the mirrors challenge, you gain 10 fragments. That's all for now. Is there shops? No. There's a shipyard? No. Okay. We leave it. So then we can go east, then north. And then we'll go around the top. We can send out a Z-bed, I guess. Also, we should be going at 2 speed. There's no islands in range. Does this have a name? No. Okay, so there's nothing there, so we go north. We still have this area, but it's fine. It's unlikely to be anything there because Shepherd's Rock, or this Abbey's Rock is there. But down here there might be something. 14 tier, that's not bad. Let's go north. Well, something waits us at port now. Okay, so that's there. I guess it makes sense that the sister's house burns down. Oh, I don't want to be in combat with either of you. Well, Not around that thing, because last time we were in combat, it just kind of pulled us into combat with that. Also, I don't want to be in that vortex. Dath Holly Rage. There's something here. It's a port. What are you? Starters? Starters Haven? Interesting. Frostfound. Frostfound. Towers and ramps and galleries and stairs of ice, rised and spun like an architect's honey dream. No spider ever wove so complex a web. The towers are utterly pristine, untouched by human life, but a pitiable encampment squats by the door. We can take tea with the squatters at the door. Some of them wear the robes of Irini Riddle fishers. Some look like Witchern folk, but even more ragged. But they seem a little more practical than either of these people. We can ask the squatters about the castle. You notice they avoid looking at it directly. We can enter the Frostfound. A long flight of stairs rises glisteningly to a sheer tower. There is no door. Your reflection hangs in the cloudy ice. You cannot enter Frostfound if your terror is greater than 20. You should not enter Frostfound without good reason. Create a port report. What are the squatters up to? Okay, we can do port report. Bickering amiably. Not all are Irimi or Witterni. I guess those are two nations. There's the odd researcher, the occasional deranged ice sculptor. Now and then a very cold, very sad, rubbery man. But for the most part, an atmosphere of friendly rivalry reigns. Okay. Should we take tea? Yeah, we take tea. That seems nice. Surprising warm welcome. We're keeping the steps for the game of truce. A helpful riddle fisher explains as she fills your cup for the third time. Every year, the people of Irium and Wither meet here for, she pauses, contests. She finished vaguely. The difference between a question and a riddle. One day, someone will prove themselves enough to enter the castle. You spend a pleasant few hours while the tea is supplemented with Irimi liquors, pale Wittern beer, and something the riddle fisher describes blandly as snake cake. They offer you fuel and supplies before you leave. We keep enough to spare. The riddle fisher grins. From time to time, a captain gets lost and comes up here, and we always feel bad for them. That's all for now. You gained 1 supplies, you gained 1 fuel, you lost 10 terror. Nice. We're not gonna enter Frostmourne. Not Frostmourne. Frostmourne is the sword from World of Warcraft. No, we're gonna continue north and then down. I think I said I was gonna go down and then up, but we're gonna do down and then up again. Down. Well, I was gonna do down and then up, but well, it changed. So now we're going north. And there's Frostfound. Ooh, that is very pretty. That's all ice. Yeah, that's cool. How are we getting tear? It's in bright. anything? No. Send the Z bed out. With the crew. Tanib is some distance to the northwest. Whoops, can't do combat. I want to go northwest. Northwest. Oh, there's a lifeberg. I want to fight a lifeberg. This seems like the North Rocks. I discovered Tanib. Oh, that's just the rock. Oh, okay. No, that's not what I want. Let me swing around. Or do we go buy supplies? Because we do have 11 space for fuel. Now, we'll go down. And that's not that much cheaper. I think it's 9 versus 10. So we'd be saving 1 money per fuel. So it's not a major thing. We've discovered Abyss. Horn. Press the H key will blow your horn. This has no useful function. May provoke nearby Z beasts or hostile vessels. I have no desire to fight you. I want to leave. Where are we? Yeah, we can start going south. Bright is some distance to the southwest. It's just another part of this thing. Found another rift. Bright again. Fine, we'll go discover Bright. No, I know Bright is just another one of the castles or something. Found Bright. Cool. We go south. I think we can turn the lantern off. That's an interesting looking rock. Does it have a name? Nope, it's just a rock. Okay. It's got like tendrils connecting to other rocks. Oh, they're reefs. Okay. Interesting. You're somebody I don't want to fight. Because you have a lot of health and do a lot of damage. Okay, there's Eretz Gyrus, whatever that means. Also, there's somebody's lobe. Oh, Khan's shadow. I don't know what I just clicked, but my Windows got mad at me. Or my OS got mad at me, sorry. Windows got mad at me. Khan's shadow. It's just like a town of ships. Oh, the docks on the other side. Oh. Salt Steppies. This is a domain of the new Khanate, whose ancestors He came here long before London fell. Okay. I assume this is some type of pirate gang. Because of the skulls on some of their ships. Sorry. Some of I assume, or I lost my train of thought. Khan's shadow, the city that swam. Long ago, the Khanate turned its back on its warrior tradition. It has no place for pirates and would-be nomads. So here, in the shadow, the exiles make their home, amid 100 wrecked, grounded, decommissioned ships. We can approach a man staring at you. His gaze is rather intense. What does he want? But we need the submariner. We could acquire a doomed monster hunter. The rebel lords of the Khanate are hungry for the secrets of the Dawn machine. One among their number will volunteer to die for you. Would you provide what they could? Should you provide what they need? And they need an element of Dawn. Or we can compile a port report. So many malcontents, so little time. We'll do that. Closely written notes. Conniving, debauching, boaching, speechifying, drinking, singing, speeching, poeting, now and then a drunken duel, very occasionally a savage ritual murder. Yep, that's all we can do there. Shop. We can sell cask wine for 23, so that's slightly better, but not much. Or that's the same as the other one. We can buy Stygian ivory here. Also crates of human souls, but I need crates of brilliant souls. We can buy fuel for not that much more expensive than at home. We can also buy captivating treasures and mirror catch box. A chest with a matrix of mirrors. Unlikely device for capturing sunlight. I'm gonna sell mine, actually. I don't know. I see no point in having it. I'll keep my outlandish artifact, but we're gonna buy some fuel. We need some. We'll buy some supplies, too. And we're at, what, 37? Okay. We could buy ivory here. But I don't have enough space, because I need 7, and I have 3 now. Nah, that's fine. And then there's no shipyard. Nice place. Okay. We go south. Oh, now we have fuel again. We still have something awaits us at port, because there was nothing there. Okay, we can send out a Z-Bat. Maybe it'll find something. Tides of Aptitude, somewhere to the south. Oh, well, I'm going there anyhow, so. Unfinished pirates? Well, we don't want to fight that. Hello, what are you? Oh, well, they want to fight us, I guess. Oh, there's a dock. Godfall. Interesting. Also found an abyss. Want to leave combat, thanks. A false star flares in the cabin roof directly above you. Flares and fades. Yeah, so we learned last time that the roof is covered by, like, these lights that move around, and they're called false stars. But we don't know what they are. Godfall. Sometimes, just occasionally, bits of the roof fall off. Be glad you weren't here when this one did. The brawling bearded men who live here call themselves monks. They pay lip service to Saint Stalactite, which fell from the roof, but their chief interest seems to be wine, blood, and shouting. We can speak with the monks about their newest member. They escort you to his cell. Used to be a sailor, one whispers. We were hoping you could help us work out what's wrong. We could of wine. The throats of the brothers are dry. They'll pay for something to moisten them. That's with 5 crates of mushroom wine, or casks. Sorry, not crates. Of blood, offer them a hunting trophy as a gift of their collection. For their collection. Of shouting, let them tell you about the past and present events in the monastery. This is a port report. We can do that. Tales. They're eager to talk about their history. The stalactite, they assure you, was one of the citadels of the starved man who dwell in the roof. When it fell, a few of its occupants survived to become the monk progenitors? Progenitors? Sure. How does that work, you wonder, with their vow of celibacy? They become vague, and you are suddenly eager to speak of the details of passing shipping. Okay. So there's people that live on the roof then? Is that what that's saying? That's an interesting idea too. We can explore the shattered citadel. Before the stalactite was a monastery, before it ever fell from the roof, it was a citadel. The fall shattered and killed all of its occupants. Probably. Why don't you take a look? The more fox candles you have, the better. Bad things will happen if you run out. Okay, we can use fox candles here, I guess. But we're gonna talk to the Zailor that's locked up. Unlocked with Nook, a taste for freedom no more than 0. The effects of prolonged stays in Nook can be reduced in Igal, where memories are sacrificed. Okay, the supplicant. The old bearded man sits cross-legged and naked in Godfall's smallest monistic cell. At the sight of the group, he flinches. His wrinkled skin is covered in faded scars. Wrinkled skin, not wrinkled. No more freedom, he whispers. 10 of the clock, we sweep. 15 past 10 of the clock, we wash. There are orders. There must be orders. No more freedom, please. A monk hands him a mop and bids him clean the entire chapel by first bell. The supplicant squeezes it tight. Yes, master, he whispers, tears of gratitude welling up in his eyes as he scampers off. There is an awkward silence. He should make a very devout monk, one of the others ventures, once we finally get him into the habit. So we can just talk to him. That's it. Okay. Shops, shipyard. No, we leave. Yeah, we go left or west. We go west. Oh, down to 16 fuel again. We probably have too many supplies, realistically. Oh, hello. Another pirate. No, go away. I want to fight you. 16 is a lot. Or, well, it'd be 8 shots around. Oh, hello, a vortex. Sorry, a malstorm. Okay. I don't think there'd be anything up there. There is a rock here, which is just a rock? No, it has a settlement. Saints Haven, there we go. Okay. Also, we can leave combat and turn off that light. There we go. Pigmot Isle. I want the actual name of it. Pigmont Isle, two houses, both alike in dignity. On a lonely desert beach, there's no habitation in sight, no market, only an old rotting dock, a stretch of sand thickets into damp bleak earth from what stunted palms? Not quite. Tall fungal growth with frond-like caps, as if someone had sculpted the idea of trees from a mushroom. We can disembark. See what awaits you. War. As you step on the quay, you hear clamor, shouts, and shooting. You can see off in the distance smoke rising from beyond the hill, and dots of fire flicking the horizon. Two tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving as if awaiting your approach. A literary interlude. The following is an excerpt from the popular Diary of a Sea Captain, from London to Iram and what we did there before we arrived, washed ashore on Mutton Island, and subsequently serialized in the unexpunged Gazette. The author's identity remains unknown. The tale of Pigmont Isle, in which a delegation is made, a choice is presented, war is declared, a very singular treasure is sought by all, and a new empire is founded with tooth and claw. Chapter 1. The Delegations. The figures are rodents. To my left was a Rattus Faber, wearing goggles, a blacksmith's apron, and an assortment of tools. To my right, an unusual large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate, reminiscent of nothing so much as the high Middle Ages. The rat stepped forward first and bowed. Welcome, Captain, to Rat Star Island. I am Edgar, second chief engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice. The rat stepped back. At precisely the same moment, from what appeared to be the ease of long habit, the guinea pig scuttled forward and made a declamatory chirp. Declamatory chirp. Welcome, Captain, to the Isle of Cava. I am Lady Augusta de Virox, Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches. Senescal to our King Grace Naw, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. Only cost to you is a choice. The two stood at attention, looking at you expectantly. Chapter 2. Alike in dignity. The two remarkable rodents squatted, both seeking my support. I know I had to choose carefully. Spoke to the chief engineer. His eyes are a wave cold glint to them, and he wore his scars like jewels. I spoke to the Senescal. Senescal? Sure. How did an armored guinea pig manage to look regal? I hadn't heard more than enough. I'm ready to take my leap. So this is like if I'm understanding correctly, this is an island which is being shaped by the book I'm reading, or am I just reading? Because like I have a choice, right? I assume then that it would change the outcome. Just gonna take a sip of water. Well, I'm picking the rat. Yeah, we're taking the rats. Guinea pigs, the regal. They probably have money. I feel, well, okay. I was going to say they probably are in the wrong from this, but we have no idea. It could be either or. But we do know the rats are very good engineers. I don't know anything about guinea pigs, so we'll go with the rats. I spoke to the chief engineer. His eyes were like a wave cold glint to them. Had a wave cold glint to them, and he wore his scars like jewels. A rat in the making. I asked the chief engineer to elaborate. He looked at me for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly. We came to this island to make a home for ourselves, away from London. It's rats and snuffers. It's rat skin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city. By the light of the rat star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat, Ararat, the chief engineer nodded towards a distant hill. One day, we braved the depth of the chicken's woods, and from the top of the and from the top of Mount Ararat, we plucked the rat star to be our light, our beacon. But the pigs of Cavi saw the light and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We will resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them? Oh, we can pick. We can learn about both. I see. I spoke to the Sensashal, a knight out of habit. The Sensashal, shawl, yeah, cleared her throat with a delicacy to rival the Duchess' own before speaking. Grace Na, the king, our lord and sovereign, full 7 months has sojourned on the sea, conquered this land, and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain, no city walls be left for him to gain, save the rats. They squeak behind mountain. Unlike what was the lamb of our deliverance, assured shall our glories and their fall, when our lady eye restored be to our hall. The sensual composed herself, then added, we saw truth and beauty by the light of our lady's eye on Mount Caveat, but the rats, with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics, stole it from us. We were subjugate. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are a rebel, and we will rule them with our steel-shod velvet of our paws. Will you join us? Yeah, no, we're taking the side of the rats. We're not supporting nobility. I've heard enough. I'm ready to make my choice. Uh, as uh, as as you can well imagine, I faced quite a dilemma. Their red eyes stared up at me, waiting for my choice. I sided with the chief engineer. He seems grumpy but honest. Also, I knew all too well about rat-made weapons can do. What rat? What rat-made weapons can do? I favored the sensational. Sensational? That's a weird word. Was it her charm or her fondness for London's rat skins coats that swayed me? Perhaps a little of both. At any rate, I was keen to find out more about their civilization. I attempted to broker peace. Surely their commonalities were more numerous than their differences. Perhaps I could help them get along. Now we take the side of the rats. A friend to rats. I extend a finger to the chief engineer, who shook it grimly. The sensual hissed and chattered her teeth in disgust, but kept her distance. You've made the right choice, says the chief engineer. Let me show you around. We gained one fuel. We gained one supply. An occurrence. Your memoirs, a rat in the making quality, is now one. You chose to help the rats. You've cast your lot in with the rats. Oh boy. Oh, that's a lot of words. Okay. Chapter 3, A Rat in the Making. The chief engineer led me to the northern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. We passed through a number of what can only be termed checkpoints, as fierce-eyed rats shouldered their durings, dur, dur, durings, and saluted the chief engineer. Soon we come upon a small colony, smaller than some of the infestations. I had some encouraged. I had encountered in London flats perhaps only 50 Ratus Faber all together, working diligently to fortify their side of the island. The first thing I noticed was a brilliant light beaming out from a stump of chicken wood about 6 feet high. It bathed the whole settlement in a clean blue glow. It was almost too bright to look at. By its light, I could see several raised mounds of earth, suggesting shallow tunnels. An efficient fishing operation was set up by the water. An albino rat mended nets while others stabbed sharpened sticks into the water. Gathering inland was a barracks, where a sergeant barked drills a small squadron of fighters. My arrival drew attention, and several rats paused in their work to look at me curiously. "Welcome to Marina," said the chief engineer, voice warm with pride. "It's not much to look at now, but it will be once we've rousted the cavies." I wonder if that's like a guinea pig slur or something, or if it's just... No, because they said their mountain was Cavati or something like that, so it probably just is their term. Take a stroll around while I summon the war council. With that, he vanished into one of the mounds and left me to explore. I visit the rats' barracks. Oh, this is long. Okay. But whatever. It's interesting because, like, it reminds me a lot of Redwall for obvious reasons of, like, animals going to war, specifically rodents fighting each other. But yeah, I visit the rats' barracks. The drill sergeant appears to be sizing me up. Were the few rats around her really all she had to launch an attack? I assume we can do each of these, and then we can do the finish my exploration at the end. So we're going to do that. We were fighting impressive odds. I approached the drill sergeant and went so far as to salute her, which earned me a grunt of satisfaction. The sergeant dismissed her troops and offered me a bit of chickenwood jerky to gnaw on. "There's more of us below ground," she explained, "but not enough. The cavies are bigger and there's more of them." Are guinea pigs bigger than rats? I guess? They're more round, whereas rats are kind of like skinny. If that makes sense. They tend not to get like super as round, but then maybe guinea pigs just get like... I've never seen wild guinea pigs, but like wild rats, yeah, they're common in pictures and movies and stuff like that. Or like whatever, you see them a lot because on various videos, but like no one sees wild guinea pigs because they're in Peru. Yeah, and also they're not really as scavenger-esque. I don't know. I don't know if they're bigger. Anyhow, according to this, they are. The cavies are bigger and there's more of them. We're better with weapons, but haven't got the stuff to make them with. Most of us came here as stowaways and brought nothing but food, tools, and the fur on our back. We can fish, and we nibble the chicken woods, but we can't get guns out of trees. The cavies came with their own steamer, and seem to have endless supplies. We raid them sometimes, but there's so few of us, and we can never hold on to territory gained for long. But that's of no coincidence. Consequence. All we want is to be left in peace to build our republic. And the rat star, she added thoughtfully after a moment. Of course, we want that too. I took a closer look at the rat star. An excitable-looking rat was peering at us through smoky goggles, twitching her whiskers. Everybody seems to be female. That's interesting. It's not like, I don't think it's an even split. That's fine. It's just, yeah, it's just interesting. Twitching her whiskers and making her notes on what appears to be real paper. Maybe I just notice it more. I don't know. Like confirmation bias. I don't know. What appears to be real paper. Blue as sapphire, but endlessly more brilliant. It's not a star, of course. Not really. But try explaining that to the others. The chief engineer doesn't want me working too hard to convince them. Says that it's better for morale. But just look at it. Look. She offered me her goggles. I managed to work them over just enough of one of my eyes to see the truth of what she was studying. It was a scintillac, but unlike any I've seen before. Blue as a sapphire, but more brilliant. Something about the clarity of its color was tremendously soothing. The chief science officer tittered with pleasure as I handed her goggles back. Those of us who've been to the cavy side of the island, cavy side of the island, and lived to tell of it, say that there's plenty of glow there, plenty of bright in the water all over, but nothing like this. We took this from the island's center, Mount Ararat. Only it's not a mountain, of course, any more than this is a star. It's hollow. There's sweet water inside, and coral crawling all over the walls of it, but nothing that glows. Save this. It's ours now, and no one can take it from us. I don't know what a scintillac. Scintillac. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'll have to look that up. Okay. I headed over to the beach. Who ever heard of a rat mending net? Where the green bellows played. An albino rat smiled up at me from his mending work, looking dainty and a little shy. Chicken wood floats, especially when it's dried out and sealed. So we've been able to paddle out a bit and cast our nets. We come up with all sorts of things: blind fish, crabs, sometimes a chunk of broken tentacle. But the fishing would never be so good without the rat star, he beamed. I think it only draws good fish and keeps the scary ones at bay. I know the chief science officer doesn't believe it, but I do. The light is our livelihood. So I finished my exploration. The bells of the war council rang. I was summoned. Chapter 5, A Vital Enterprise. The chief engineer emerged from underground with a motley assortment of other rats. He introduced them as weapons experts, strategists, and field commanders. So we're gonna help. So you're gonna help us beat the cavies, he said, a hard edge to his voice. But how exactly? I can offer my strategic assistance. We engineered a distraction that the LBs could use to plunder the cavies' ship and turn the tide in their favor. This has a 67% chance due to our veils, which is 45. I determined to take the lead. I had a ship. I had I had cannons. We could steer her to the southern side of the island and have at these uppity animals. This has a 49% chance. Or I had nothing to offer but my advice. The king took it in desperate but not gratitude. Now we can do the 67. That's a good odds. A questing beast. Ooh, I do like questing beasts. The idea of the like they I don't know if this is the same, but like the questing beasts I know of are like in the world there's like a animal that the whole point is to go capture it, and then it will uh give you a wish or like do something for you, and the whole point is that you change as you go after it. I think it's from what's that series called? Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. That series. Narnia. Yeah, Narnia. I think it's from there, but it could be before that. I know it's used in other places too. The questing beast. I dressed up in some of my up one of my sailors in a mess of shabby cloths smeared with prisoners' honey, and instructed him to roll around in the black earth of the island. Soon we had a glorious mud monster to send thrashing through the chicken woods towards the cavies. The distraction worked perfectly. The cavies diverted their force towards our makeshift beast, leaving the rats and with very little opposition as they plundered the grounded ship. They returned triumphant, as did my sailor, laughing, having led the cavies a merry chase. Within a few hours, the rats' diligence had resulted in the building of a remarkable cache of weapons, with which they successfully routed their enemy. The rats, ever elig- ever egalitarian, shared their spoils in addition to the promised food and fuel. You succeeded in the Veils challenge. Hail Marina? Marina? Yeah. Two houses like in dignity. Dignity? Not that this is saying much, mind. Occurrence. Your Pigmort Isle might quality is now 4, vulnerable. A nation must be strong. If this reaches 0, bad things will happen on Pigmont Isle. Occurrence. Your Pigmont Isle civilization quality. This is an entire game inside. This is amazing. So there's like, you have this entire game about like sailing, exploring. You find this island, and now we're playing civilization with it. That is amazing. Okay. Your Pigmont Isle civilization quality is now 5, unexceptional. The nation must build. If this reaches 0, bad things will happen on Pigmont Isle. Occurrence. Your Pigmont Isle spirit quality is now 3, conflicted. A nation needs hope. If this reaches 0, bad things will happen on Pigmont Island. You've gained 4 bale of Parabola linen, now 5. Only need 2 more to sell off to the guy looking for them. And we now have 1 Scintillac. Oh, good. So we learned what this is. Coral that glimmers as if moonlit. It makes marvelous jewelry or terribly expensive tea, and would gain 10 fuel, which is more than we can hold. Okay. Chapter 5. A Nation is Born. The house of KV had fallen. Marina was triumphant. All that remained was the celebrations and the continuation of our voyage. Oh, how we feasted long into the night. Then I invited one of the Rata's favorite to join us. After all, what's a ship without a few rats? We don't have a... We could get the albino tinkerer. I assume that would take place of our mechanic. I interceded on behalf of the cavies. They were crushed, defeated. I could see their spear broken without the light of the rat star to guide them. They need an advocate. Locked with memories. A rat in the making one, and memories a rat in the making no more than one. The wide dark sea beckoned. We had eaten our fill, and our business was conceded. It was time to continue our voyage and see what other wonders and terrors shall await us. I'm not supporting the cavies. Nah. We're taking the albino rat. Welcome aboard. Oh, we lost a civilization from that. The chief engineer couldn't leave his colony, but he relayed his mic request to his people. The albino rat I saw mending nets shyly stepped forward. I'm good at fixing things, he said. He said earnestly. I'd like to see more of the world. I waited for him to gather up some efforts and say goodbye to his family before accompanying him on board. Okay. Okay, so we have too much stuff. Toss some food. Toss some fuel. Got it. Okay. Okay. The wide, dark Z beckoned. We have taken our fill. Yeah, we did that. The end. There. You finish your diary entry and the final dregs of the rat's surprising good wine. You line up to salute. They line up to salute you as you leave the victory banquet, escorting you to the ship through the foundations of their new republic. You now have one of this. Port report, Pigmont Isle. That's all for now. Your hunger quality is gone. A new nation has founded. Time passes on underneath. It's the most adorable empire. They have no shops, no shipyards. Okay, the rise of Pigmont Isle. Hail, Marina. The next most... sorry. Big stretch. Oh, okay. That was a long read, but we still have a bit more. Sorry, hit the mic. The rise of Pigmont Isle. Hail, Marina. The Neath's most adorable nation scurries around your legs. Skillatax? Skintalac? Harvesters drag heavy bags of the island's bounty to their silos. Industrious rodents work hard on towering edifies. Some of them almost neck high. London will never believe a word of this. Help Marina resolve a dilemma. An aide runs over. Hairless advisor. Oh, because we're human. Interesting. You return to us. Praise the tide. We need your wisdom once again. Okay, this requires something awaits us at sea. We can request repairs. The rats will board even a sinking ship. Provide the crew is willing to carry some of the heavier tools. We can raise the civilization for better prices. Yeah, that's expensive. We can visit the ghetto, the Cavi ghetto. Marina has not been kind to its enemies. Or we can steal the Rat Star. Blue skins to lack. The rat guards it fiercely, but there may be a way, or less direct alternatives, perhaps. Lower pig mounts might to make this easier. I don't want to do that, so we can visit the ghetto. Oh, they're cute, but they are still, they weren't nice people. But I guess not everybody is. Some are following orders, as they say. The survivors of the war have been sent to this swamp, where they ponder their failures. Failure? Rat Guard patrols from atop a spiked wall, passing the time by pelting the mud-slicked guinea pigs with sharp rocks. That's not nice. Smuggle food into the ghetto. The Cavies have little to offer except their gratitude. Success will prove Pigmont's Isle spirit. Attempt to broker a union. Marina will be stronger if its two houses work together. Success will boost spirit. Failure will reduce it. Your Pigmont Isle spirit quality gives you a 30% chance of success. Assist the KV revolution. Give us your cunning. We will help you steal the lady's eye. The loss will crush their resolve. This guarantees you the Rat Star, but will cost 5 files. I don't care about the Rat Star. I want to improve their morale. A sly delivery. The regular gate guards do not dare search the hairless advisor. A few careful lies get you and your supplies through without incident. The starving cavies have little to repay your kindness, but they offer what little they manage to keep from their ship. You gained 1 spirit. You lost 2 supplies, now 12. You have finished opening cache of curiosities. Time passes on. An intricately lumpy sack. It's certainly not. They're probably not a sack full of skulls. Oh, we gained the skintillac. Skintillac. Deliciously glittering skintillac. Harvested from deep coral nodes. Your crew ooh and ah. One clumsily attempts to filch a single glowing lamp. Okay. We can do that again. We have enough. What's our hold like? 20 and 12? Yeah, we can do that. Plus, yeah. Request repairs. This is 40 now. Slide delivery. Curiosity. Filthy. It's a page from a journal. On the day we saw the pillars of Irim, they are not what I expect. Irim is a place one does not expect. That is its nature. You have seen it in your dreams, yes. You, who found this page long after my death. I knew when I wrote these words that you would read them one day. Irim taught me this, and now Irim's lesson is all that remains of me. And we gained the memory's distant shore. Okay, what, 10? Should we do one more? We can look at what the odds are for combining there. Very chancy. Because we use up 2 per thing, right? Nah, we leave. Shops, shipyards. Okay, we leave. That's very cool of a island. And now we kind of have our own civilization, kind of. We just have to improve it, and then we get more from it. Especially repairs, at least. Okay, we might go east or west. Sorry, west. Oh, there's a jellyfish. We still have a ton of fuel. I thought I saw something down there. Also, we can send a Z-Bat. See if it finds anything. What do you mean I'm in combat? What do you mean? Oh, there you are. No, 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 no. Ow. Restless nights. In the watches of the night, you pad safely past the hatch to the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep, desperately. Another. Inquire about their dreams the next morning. What did they see? This is a tough challenge. Ignore them. The captain can't be seen to take these things seriously. Now we see their dreams. Eyes and a face. The whole Neath lit up like a snuffer mask. There's something in the roof, Captain. It's in the roof. It's watching us. Eyes and a face. Eyes and a face. Yes, you say softly. You lay your hand on the sailor's burning forehead. There are storms in the roof. Hush. We won't join them yet. You succeeded in Page's challenge. You gain 10 terror and 20 fragments. How is that succeeding? Okay. You know, we're slowly dying. Because, I can send out a Z-Bat. Go away with your flare. No. Stop now. You hurt. Are you actually leaving? Thank you. Oh, there's some more in here. Did we know about this place? I think so. I guess so. We didn't get the thing. Oh, is this the pirate place? This is the pirate place. Okay. Yeah. So we don't need our lights on. Ooh, okay. Guider's Morn. Step carefully. Okay. The Morn. We already read this. Yes. Evening and the errant limpet. This is a drinking challenge, I think. It could barely succeed. We could explore the Morn. We want to overhear rumors. Lies, nonsense, glimmers. Some say she's a clayman who freed herself from the powers of verse. Possible. Others insist she's a personal muse of the king with 100 hearts. Unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship on a living ship made of the still screaming skulls of her victims. More sober voices mutter that no, it's just an Alcacia class of vessel. Whatever the truth, few have fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest of captains risk the lonely parts of the sea where a flag is said to fly. That's about the pirate poet. Okay. We can gather intelligence. This is chancy, but we should probably still do it. In caution. Actually, I'll read the top bit. Guiders mourn swarms with pirates, smugglers, and captains of uncertain allegiance. You could learn a lot here, but you need to be careful. In caution, a steaming bathhouse of a spur on a spur of rock. Water slops over the edge of tubs, out over the edge to join the sea far below. Scarred captains boast drunkenly of the prizes they've taken and the victims they have marked out. You listen from the shadows. You succeed in the Veils challenge. You have one of this port report. We're gonna do the drinking. An evening at the Errant Lippent. Oh, actually, how much is this? 50. Yeah, we can do 50. A drinking den of the dock cradles. Dock cradles? Is a good place for your crew to find companionship and let off steam. But although Guider Morn is a free port, the Corsairs prefer their own and look askance at reputable Londoners. This is 67. We can do this. An ugly conclusion. You never learned who said what, but someone ends up pushed out a window. It's a long drop out there. The errant limpet trembles dangerously as the brawl gathers momentum. Vales 45 failed in the challenge. A lost one terror, lost 50 echoes. We have another fight. We flee like last time, not unscathed. One pulse pounding chase through the shanties of Gaydon's Moor later, you finally evade pursuit. You count heads, one short. You gain 5 terror, you lost 1 crew. Fun. Okay. Okay, we go south, then west. Or east, sorry. Well, southwest and then east. We have a lot of terror to get rid of. And we don't have Lucy anymore to get rid of it. Oh, also, I want to check my officers. You count as a mascot for 2 vile. That's terrible. Okay. Oops, I don't want to be in battle. I want to unpause. The next dock we find, I'm probably going to end the set. But we will see. I feel like we can kill this thing. Mainly because it was stuck on a rock. Oops. Oh, don't get to swing around. And dead. Out there. Let's loot and scuttle her. Frigate. What's this? Says something in back of the hold. You gained 1 supplies, now 10. We gained 2 fuel. We're at 36. Cool. And cache of curiosities. Lumpy sack. It's probably not a sack full of skulls. And we gained 3 skulls. We are at 36. Oh, that doesn't take up room. Okay, cool. Okay, we go south. So we just need the boat stuck on rocks, then we can just beat them up. I was thinking the vortex before, if that's actually useful, but I'm not sure. Because I don't know if that actually does anything. Also, if they die in the vortex, we can't collect their stuff. Hello, there's another pirate ship. Nope, never mind. You're not a pirate ship. Also, we can go east now. Sunless Sea EP. No islands in range. Wish I could zoom out. But can't. So we continue. Swallowing Isle is some distance to the southeast. Okay, we can go to that. Southeast. Swallowing Isle. We still need the voice of something. A voice of the sea or something like... No, the voice of... Okay, do you have a dock? Or are you just pretty? You are pretty. There's a bay. Sunless Sea EP. Melting Isle, some to the southwest. Okay. Is there anything that we can do there, or is it just rocks? So there's this rock, and there's that one. That one clearly has people on it, but is there a dock? Yeah, there's a dock. Perfect. Yeah, we'll end it after landing there. And next time we'll figure out what Melting Isles is. We can probably turn off our lamp. Also, what are you? Could you show me the name? No? Okay. Like, I just want to see what that is. Okay. It's stuck on a rock. It's no longer stuck on a rock. But we can probably still... Oh, it's a pirate. Okay, we can kill this thing. And then we'll end. We want to back up so we're not in this view. We're now in this view. It's now leaving. Good. So now we're no longer in this view. It should be dead? Almost. Perfect. Food skull her. We gained 2 supplies, 1 fuel with 33. We lost 3. Okay. Bolt of fabric. Spider silk. Okay. Okay. We go dock and then we end. That's good though. Spider still silk is still like 50 or something. Echoes, which is good. Anyhow, yeah, I'm calling it there. Thank you all so much for watching. Next time we'll explore Mangrove College. Bye.